Hi everyone, I wanted to show you about using objects in Word because I see this as a common problem in some of the assignments that are turned in. So objects are things like shapes, images, and text boxes, and they all share some properties in common, and so I thought showing you some of these would be a big help. And so I've put 3 objects on the screen, and I did this in a way to illustrate the fact that objects are on top of the text that's on the page, as if they were on clear sheets of cellophane, and they are added on top of what's already there. So in other words, this green shape was added last because it's on top of the other shapes. If I click on it, I select it, and if I go to the Format tab, there are some options to move it, so I can send it backward 1 layer. So if I do that, you see it goes behind another shape. I can send it clear to the back, send it backward again, and you really can't see that now because this shape is in the way, but now see it's behind even the blue shape. So you can use these tools to move shapes so that they don't overlap, or they overlap in particular ways that you like. And you can see that this is over top of the stuff that's on the text page itself. So I wanted to show you that. And another thing that's really critical about shapes is how the text wraps around or doesn't wrap around the shapes. So when you click on a shape, you see this little icon here called the layout options. If you click on that, you see that you have some choices here, and it's already selected here that this is in front of text. So you saw that when I moved this shape over the text because it's in front. Now if I change that to behind the text, now if I move it, you see it is behind the text. And so for most objects, a good thing you want to select would be the square text wrapping. And that's because you'll have a lot of text on a page, and with the square wrapping it flows around your objects. And as you move the objects, the text wraps around it. As you can see, it's a live wrap. So if you put it in line with the text, then it's in line with these paragraphs as you see over here, and it gets hard to move it because it wants to stick over there. There it's moving there, but oops, change the shape here. Let me undo that. But again, the most useful text wrapping, I think, is the square wrap, which allows the text on the page to move around. So these are all objects, and you might wonder, okay, how do you get an object on the page? So we're going to do the Insert tab, and so that's where you're going to put new objects on the page. So you have shapes, which is what I use there. And we can draw a new shape, and when you choose a shape, you get this crosshair cursor, and then as you click and drag that, that's what puts the shape on the page. And you can see again it came on top of all the other objects that are already on the page. And it comes with a default text wrap, but again I want to change that to the kind of text wrap that I want. When you insert pictures, you can take pictures from your computer, or you can go to online pictures, and the online pictures offer you many choices. So let's just search for dogs, and we'll get dog pictures, and we can pick one by just clicking the selection box here. We could pick multiple, and then when we click Insert, those pictures will be put on our page. Now you can see that came in really big, so one of the first things I want to do is shrink that down. The corner handles shrink the object without distorting it. So a lot of times your pictures are going to be too big and you're going to need to shrink them. So now we have those. So again, if you click on the picture, you get this layout, and this is in line with text. So again, I want to do square wrap. I'll do the same thing on this one. All right. So now as we move these objects around, you can see that they are still in that layer. So I can bring an object forward. So here I can bring it to the front, so it'll be on top of everything else. So you can move things around and decide how the text wraps. So this applies to, again, shapes and pictures, regardless of where they came from. I thought this would be helpful to see how to manipulate these objects. There are many other things you can do with objects. Again, on the format, you'll see you can put a frame around the picture. You can change the border. You can do artistic effects. So you can do different things to change how the picture looks. I'll do that. And turn it into grayscale if you'd like. And other kinds of edits. Tilt it. So you can play around with all those things, but I wanted to see that you understood how to use and manipulate objects on your page.